What's going on, guys? It's Tony here, back with another video of the weekly podcast. Today, I have a very special treat. I got a large order of all of my GameStop Power Pack hits coming in my mail today, and I just wanted to show you guys everything that I pulled, along with some of my personal experiences. So this first one is a really beautiful card. It's a Japanese Radiant Charizard. As you know, as many of you may know, the Radiant Charizard or the Shiny Charizard is from Crown Zenith. So this is just a really beautiful card. And it really makes me appreciate Japanese cards because up until now, I have never had a Japanese card before, just my personal preference. But I really love the print quality and just how amazing they look. So yeah, shout out to Japanese cards. And in total, I opened 12 packs and they were $50 each. So it was a lot of money, actually, $600. And I'm glad to be able to come out sort of even. I think in total, the value of all of the cards at around market, which can sort of fluctuate, is around $550. So I basically made it out very break even. This is a really cool card, a PSA 8 German trainer like Pokemon Flute card. I can't even find a last sale for this on Price Chart, but I would say it's about like $35 to $40. But on eBay, it has listings as high as like $60 or $55. Yeah, I honestly, I feel like I have very mixed feelings about the GameStop Power Pack experience because on one hand, you could hit some crazy hits, right? This Tyranitar is nothing too crazy. I think it's about $35 in a PSA 9. This is the Pokemon Center stamp one. Actually, it's crazy because in a PSA 9.5, this is like over $100. So yeah, I barely just missed it, but still really cool card with a pretty cool sort of like Cosmo holofoil. Yeah, really nice card. But yeah, as I was saying, I feel I have very mixed feelings about this because you could be really disappointed with what you hit, right? But I don't want to lose my love for Pokemon cards just because I'm trying to get a big chase. I feel like it sort of makes you stop appreciating just really amazing art like this Japanese Mega Charizard, right? Like normally if I were to get this card just at a show, I would absolutely love it. But because I was hoping to get a really big hit, I was sort of disappointed. This card I think is about $35 of value. Yeah, still a really beautiful card. That's sort of just the nature with, you are basically gambling. I mean, you're kind of gambling when you're involved with Pokemon in general because you want to have some really nice hits out of your packs, right? But I think just the nature of the power packs and how it's sort of marketed to get these like big hits, it could make you sort of stop appreciating the smaller or the more normal cards, right? Like this beautiful Jolteon from Brilliant Stars. I actually bought a raw copy of this for my girlfriend a while ago because she has the same personality as Blue, the trainer. But this is an absolutely beautiful card, right? But this card is maybe like $25 on price charting. So if you were to pay $50, you might be kind of disappointed, right? But now looking at it and holding it, this card is just absolutely amazing, And with like the grading issues that PSA have, it might not be bad to just hold on to your graded cards because like over time it's bound to go up in value, I think. This was one of the big hits we had in the $50 range. It's a PSA 10 Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX full art from Destined Rivals. And I think market is about $85. So we definitely profited on this one. Yeah, super beautiful card and in English, which absolutely is great. Really cool. Yeah, guys, I think what I would do if I were you is like, try out the power packs, but don't keep going back to it. I think that's what I did. But I ultimately ended up with some pretty cool cards like this Glaceon V-Star from Crown Zenith. I really love Crown Zenith. I have the 4 gold cards from them, so that's super cool. This Glaceon in the PSA 9 thing is about $40 maybe. So about break even, and I collect a lot of PSA 9s, so I was really happy with this. And you might be starting to notice a theme is I pulled a lot of evolutions, which is really funny, because I never consider myself a huge fan of evolutions, but I do have a lot of evolution cards. I even recently bought the PSA 9 Espeon. And speaking of evolutions, another one, the Chinese EV. This is not the big hit because every time I search online for prices, the big one comes up. But a PSA 10, not too bad. I think it's about $25. Just the normal hollow, a really cool hollow pattern. Yeah, honestly, just keeps on giving me evolutions, which I don't mind at all because it's made me really appreciate them a lot more. This one is a really cool card. I think this is from a deck. Really cool pattern. Yeah, I believe it's a reprint. So 2023 from the Japanese deck. It's a really cool card. I think this is about $40, maybe $35. So you might be starting to notice a pattern here where you either hit something big, right, like way above $50, or most of the cards are going to be around the $35 to $45 range. Like this really beautiful EVEX promo from the Prismatic Super Premium Collection. Really cool card. And if you look closely, it's like standing on top of like, all these like fruit snacks and honey, which is really funny and really cute. Yeah, really, really cool card. This one is a great one. Another, this is actually the second surprise, the prismatic stamp from the surprise box that I got. But it's the Sylveon in a 10, which I think is about $65 to $70. So definitely a good hit for us. And yeah, more evolutions, right? So many evolutions. I'm going to put a separate pile for all the evolutions that we hit, and a pile for the normal cards, and you'll see just how many there are. So far we have Jolteon, Glaceon, Sylveon, 2 Sylveons, and an Eevee, which is just crazy, right? Like we bought 12 packs and already we have 5 evolutions, which is just absolutely hilarious. This one I thought was super cool. Normally I'm not a big fan of Japanese cards, but they gave me a Japanese PSA 10 25th anniversary Pikachu. This is super sick. This thing I think is about 75 to $80, so super cool and good value. And with the 25th, or with the not 25th, the 30th anniversary coming up, maybe this one will pop a little bit more. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. As you guys can see, there's all of these empty containers and bags. And, I just want to take a moment to reflect. Like, I purchased 12 slabs, right? 12 slabs, and it was sort of an unconscious thing. I want to really come clean and be honest, right? Like, this is a lot of money. And I definitely don't regret having these cards. It's not like if I were to just get these cards right now, I don't see any value in them. But I think it's very easy to just subconsciously or not very consciously like spend money, and it could feel really bad, right? Like I spent $600 of these cards plus shipping, let's say another, $20 or $30, because shipping is pretty cheap. So maybe $630, and the value of these 12 slabs is around, $550. So I basically made about even in terms of value, but it could have been a lot worse, I think. And that's just not very great, especially if you're someone like me who, might be more prone to these gimmicks where there's like, these are basically, blind packs or like sort of gotcha packs. And yeah, I think it's just kind of important to take a break or take a breath before you keep going, because it could have ended up a lot worse. But now that I do have these cards, I'm going to really cherish them. I don't have, any graded Charizard slabs, so these are a great foyer into that. I love the modern textures of the Megas, as well as this really OG Japanese Crown Zenith card. Actually, I think this might be from a deck, but let me know if you guys know. But yeah, this is the Japanese version of the Crown Zenith Charizard. Mewtwo, I don't have any Mewtwo cards, whether it's graded or ungraded. So super grateful to have this. I already have the Venusaur from 151, the SIR, so getting the Ivysaur is just absolutely great. I also just really love this starter evolution line, the Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. And who can complain about getting a Pikachu in a 10? You know, that's just that's just awesome. Um, this is probably the strangest card, the German first edition flute trainer card, but it's a first edition, 1999. Like this is just great to have a piece of history in your hand. You know, it seems a little bit messed up. There's a lot of like dirt on the card actually, if the camera can pick it up, but still really grateful to have something like this. It's a piece of history, you know, like it's this card is only like 3 or 4 years older than me, which is crazy, you know, like Tyranitar is a super cool card, especially as a Pokemon Center stamp. um Tyranitar is a very cool and popular Pokemon, so super great to have this. And then, the five evolutions, like how can I complain about that, right? Like what a great variety, from Prismatic to the Chinese series to like more OG Sword and Shield era cards, from Crown Zenith, and I think this is from Brilliant Stars. You know, overall, I am really happy with the cards that I got, but I think, you know, you want to be consciously buying cards and having fun, and just like the way that you interact with cards on the GameStop Power Pack website. Nothing against that, but I think I would say it's a little bit manipulative. It's a little bit like, just keeps on asking you to sell back whatever you just got if you're not happy with it. It kind of like desensitizes your relationship with Pokemon cards, because you only see them for the monetary value and not for like, the cards that they are, which it's going to be different from person to person. You know what I mean? Like if someone gets like a cool $30 card from a $50 pack, they could be very happy with it. I'm just saying from my experience, I was easily drawn to the monetary value, and that's, I think, not very healthy. But yeah, this is going to be a short episode. It's so funny, man, because I have so many more EVs. I got this from Vegas. I got this, my friend actually got me. He opened a power pack, and he gave me this. I have so many evolutions, guys. I'm really just, and I didn't choose this, you know what I mean? I was chosen as the master, as the keeper of EVs, as they may say. Just super funny. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hope everyone can get their hands on some Ascended Heroes. I think my friend Ian got me ETB, so I'm super grateful for that. But if you aren't able to, that's okay as well. You know what I mean? It's going to come around, as I think Jake and Rob said on their podcast. For a long time, people weren't able to get the Shining Fates ETB, but eventually they were able to. You just gotta stay in the hobby, which I think is a really great advice. Shout out to the Car Lounge podcast. You guys should definitely go follow them. If you probably, most of you probably are, so that's awesome. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next week. Peace.